Greetings to all of humanity. It's really a joy, it's my pleasure, it's my honor as usual to be greeting you and bring this message of self-realization to you, where I'm pointing you to look inwardly to discover that your real identity is your divinity. And that is why I want to speak to you concerning Neville Goddard, Abdullah, and George Floyd. No, it is not hidden of what would have taken place with George Floyd. For right now we are living in a global village and the whole world have eyes to see. Now, it was a time like this when there was a global recession and it was known as the Great Depression, and there was a black man who was a mystic from Ethiopia who took a white man and taught him that the Bible is symbolic and that the Bible addresses the human mind and must be interpreted psychologically, that the Bible is not literal, neither is the Bible secular history, and that the Bible must be interpreted psychologically, and that it was written symbolically also, and it has no reference to anyone that existed thousands of years ago or to any actual event that took place on earth thousands of years ago. He also taught him that from Genesis 1 to Revelation 22, it's all a great psychological drama. It's all have to do with the human psyche. And that is what now brings me to the point of how Abdullah taught Neville the power of love. And we see Abdullah was teaching love. Yet we see that there was a people who was teaching hate to bring fear. Because in that time, when Abdullah was teaching this message of love, this message of self-realization, there was still segregation. And that segregation was against the black man. But here we see that Abdullah was teaching us how to use reverse psychology. And so, with what would have taken place with George Floyd, the right action to take is to understand that they are playing a mental game on you, and you have to learn to use reverse psychology and learn to fight a spiritual warfare instead of a physical warfare. So, my brothers and my sisters, what I really want you to see is that Abdullah was teaching the power of love. The love conquers all. And Abdullah was teaching how you can overcome all fear and all doubt. And that is why I'm saying to you, you have the power to overcome all doubt and all fear. For there is no power that can be greater than love. And love will cast out all doubt and all fear. So I just want to show you the difference and how it really works. Now, when we look at that policeman squeezing the life out of George Floyd while having his hand handcuffed to his back, it is teaching you how the system have your hands tied behind your back and how they have their foot stuck in your neck, trying to control you to think in terms of race, division, separation, and want to keep you in constant confusion and in false identity. So all of what has been taking place, it is a symbol to all of humanity to wake up and to look within, to discover that your real identity is actually your divinity. And so Abdullah, the black mystic from Ethiopia, was such a great teacher. Yet many who teach about Neville Goddard and his lectures, they fail to give any emphasis to Abdullah. But Abdullah is the teacher and Neville is the student, teaching us that the only justification there can be for something like slavery is that a race or a nation of people, because I believe there's only one race, right, which is the human race. A nation of people may have thought another nation of people a great secret, and they grab it and misuse it. They misuse the power. That's the only justification I can see for slavery. And that is why we have to fight this battle differently. And that is why I choose to speak about what would have taken place in America and what is causing so much controversy, and show you how important it is to get rid of the Neville narrative that they've been pushing on you and understand the essence of the message. Because, for example, they give you the law of attraction with an agenda. Even when Dyer said that he knows that that's not how it works. For you do not attract that which you just desire. It takes change. He says also that is what you have become. And that is, it is what you are that you will attract. And that is why many of our people was still believing in love attraction and still calling on Jesus and still believing in a God outside of themselves, when Jesus is an idol given to control a people. Christ is the highest version of himself. And they take that name of an idol and put it to the highest version of himself to deceive and to brainwash. So that is why this book, The Black Mystic from Ethiopia, Neville Goddard mentor. That's why many people who speak about Neville and his lectures, many of them, even melanated people too, even black people, because the first person who tried to give this book a bad review is a black woman. I can never forget her name, Jessica Duke. Never forget that woman. Because she was fed with a Neville narrative. I was taught about a false oneness. But real love is corrective. So there can never be no true oneness unless you first correct the error. So Jessica Duke, you should be ashamed of yourself. And that is why when you come and you speak the truth in joining love, because joining love is corrective, many people who are still trapped in false identity cannot deal with it. I know personally that there are Caucasian folks in my country who are deliberately deceiving the people to believe in Jesus. I can go through the story. As a matter of fact, I right now I wouldn't go through it because I spoke about it already in a video. So I know what I'm speaking about. So my brother and my sisters, at the end of the day, love is the most powerful thing. And we are to use what is happening right now to strengthen ourselves, to stay focused and keep vibrating higher and higher, knowing who we are, knowing that we are the Lord and Master of our destiny, knowing the message that Abdullah wanted us to get across to our people who was being oppressed, knowing that Abdullah wanted to get a message across to tell them, do not play the victim game, to rise above that, to remind them that when he wanted to go to the opera, that he would buy his own ticket, to teach them that he had no fear of the signs that were written forbidding Negroes. He was proud to be a Negro and reminded Neville of the Sphinx and of the pyramid and show him those who cannot unravel that riddle. They must realize that the head of the Sphinx is the head of a Negro. So, my brother and my sisters, this message that I'm bringing here is for all of humanity. So, let me say, if you're going to comment wisely. Whether you agree or you disagree with me, comment wisely. Because anyone who comes with any negative comment, you're not going to shift me. I am focused. And I am encouraging each and everyone to focus. And let us fight this battle the way how we know. There are those who are going to fight a physical battle because that is what they know. So you can't condemn them for burning and looting and so on, because that's what they know. That's their state of consciousness. But from our state of consciousness, we are fighting a different battle. So Abdullah taught Neville Goddard that lesson so that all of us would receive that lesson to know that a battle can be fought from many different angles. We choose to fight the battle from this angle. And that is why I want to say to you that if you are conscious and if you have discovered your higher self, and you've been teaching the message or the lectures of Neville Goddard, why haven't you gone on this subject of what would have taken place in America with Floyd, with George Floyd? There's so many people who are teaching that message of consciousness, yet they're failing to address certain things. So with that being said, my brother and my sisters, I want to thank you very much, because it's getting late and I see my girl is like she fall asleep. So I have to take this opportunity to come to a close, and I want to say to you, if what I'm saying to you, if it's resonating with you, then it is for you. Therefore, I'm encouraging you, if you haven't subscribed already, to subscribe, to like, to comment, and to share this video. But before I leave you, I want to let you know that this message I bring to you, that is the single eye message of self-realization, of which Matthew 6:22 says that if your eye be single, your whole body be full of light. My brother and my sisters, that single eye open within me, and I awake from the dream of life, where I ascend like a fire being. After I would have heard the unearthly wind, and would have felt that great and that mighty shaking, and burst my crown chakra, and realize that my body is the tomb in which Christ is buried, and that the story of the virgin birth of Mary and Joseph and Jesus is the biggest lie that have been ever fed to humanity. And that is why I always say to you, do not let anyone deceive you and make you believe that the eye above the pyramid and the US dollar is the eye of some evil sign. No, it is the eye of the all-seeing God within you. Some say that it's the eye of Horus, but I'm speaking my experience. I'm not saying that what they're saying is not so, but I'm telling you what happened to me. And that is why I always give you the symbol of the single eye with my hand above my crown chakra, showing you that you would burst your crown chakra, and you will come to realize that it is the rising of the S-U-N in an S-O-N, and that it is the dawning of a new day in your life. For the sun parallels the human imagination, and the human imagination parallels the sun. For without the sun, there is no life, and there is no light. And without the human imagination, there isn't anything made that was made. Therefore, you're told in Psalm 84:11 that the Lord thy God is a sun and a shield, and no good thing will he withhold from you, and the sun has never withheld any good thing from you. And also the sun is what powers all of humanity. And Malachi 4:2, you are also told that the Son of Righteousness shall arise in you with healing in his wings. And that's why I'm bringing healing to all of humanity, by pointing you to look inwardly and to use your mind power to achieve your every desire. That's why I say to you that you must use your mind power, which is your God power, your sun power, your solar power, your creative power, which is the sexual power, to achieve your every desire. So with that being said, I want to say peace, love you all, and